Welcome back to Rain on Your Parade with J.L. Cauvin. I'm J.L. Cauvin, here as always, minus 3 episodes with producer Mike. Hello,
Hi,
producer Mike.
Hi, everybody. Hi, JL. How you doing? Frankie is also here today.
Well, being the star of the show, I was going to introduce Frankie.
Oh, go ahead. Please.
No, you already did.
You can give him a proper introduction.
Frankie, who is a good boy.
Yeah.
His credits include Shelter in Brooklyn.
Yep.
51st Street Dog Park.
Yes.
And good boy.
Yeah.
And he's a really good boy. He's a very friendly boy. He greets me very warmly, but relatively under control. If he were 3 times his size, it might not feel as under control.
It certainly
But
would.
at a nice, what is he, like a 30-pounder?
26, yeah.
26, okay. I feel like a fisherman going, what's that, about a 30-pounder?
The 10 grand, you get the head, the tail, the whole thing.
I'll catch him. Oh, I love Jaws. 50th anniversary this summer.
Yeah, that's great.
I saw a play in a showing of a play in where's Rutgers? New Brunswick.
Yep.
Like a local theater there had this play called The Shark is Broken, and it's about the making of Jaws.
Yeah,
it's written by Robert Shaw's son.
No kidding.
Yeah, really
Wow.
enjoyable. Really enjoyable show.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of gigs that none of you will see, I got some shows piling up now. It's a simple formula, Mike.
Yeah.
JL changes his life, gets a demanding full-time job that will limit his travel opportunities as well as his evenings and his energy levels.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, after 6 months of nothing from clubs I've been working for years, now they're coming through with offers of gigs. And I'm going like, can I just do 2 shows on a Saturday so I don't have to use one of my PTO days? Things I didn't think I'd be saying anymore. I will be, let's see, I got this Thursday, when you're listening to this show, I'm in Astoria. It's a Trump show. What's funny about this is these shows sell so well everywhere else I perform, including other countries. Horrible ticket sales here.
In New York.
In my hometown, where my friends live, where my children play with their toys. Godfather 2, everybody. That's why Mike's laughing. I'm going to give you the instant feedback, AI, grok commentary on my jokes so we can all laugh along or nod in acknowledgement. Oh, yes. Okay, Godfather 2. Now I understand. Thank you, Jail. Continue. So Astoria, Queens, this Thursday, August 7th, 8 p.m. So if you're hearing this, if you're anywhere in New York City, I know I have fans in Astoria, and I know they won't be there, and it will confuse me like it always does. But it's a small venue, but we really need to pack it. It's really going to be a phenomenal show. I promise you. So many people are fans of my Trump impression, and these shows are the apex of that. So come, please, get tickets now, ASAP. Then I'm in Jersey City, August 21st, headlining a show at a gay comedy club, which I didn't know when they booked me, but I'm an ally, so in fact, I did the opposite when you're insecure. And like, what? Is this going to be weird? I just started going, yeah, no, I don't even care. I don't even care. And I said, I don't even care 30 times. So I think they thought I cared.
Yeah, right.
But that's August 21st. Any Jersey City people? I'm going to be trying to line up a lot of local Jersey shows over the next few months with some friends. We'll see how that goes. But that's like when I get home exhausted, that's what I'm supposed to do instead of like drinking a tea and falling asleep at 9:45. Boy, oh boy. 28-year-old me, you know what time it is. Was just Timbaland blasting. I was sitting this weekend, Mike, in where the hell was I? Was I not a coffee shop? I was in a diner, I think, by myself, and just feeling old.
Yeah.
Saturday, I had food poisoning, so I spent about 4 hours on the toilet. I lost 7 pounds Saturday.
Well, you should get food poisoning more.
Well, that's what my mom said, and I'm not even kidding. That's exactly what she said. I was like, yeah, just 12 more apocalyptic trips to the bathroom, and I'll be fucking Fight Club Brad Pitt.
Right. Right. If you smell...
So The Rock went into the bathroom and left a Tyrannosaurus Rex Jurassic Park dump, you Rudy Poo candy ass. By the way, I unveiled my latest character in Newark this Friday. Great show. I missed an Adam Sandler lookalike contest in Montclair, New Jersey, because I had a
Which you
show
would've
in
won.
Newark, which I would have won.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, of course. It's the same thing with the job.
If you went to an Adam Sandler lookalike contest wearing a Bruins jersey,
that's what I was going to do
every time.
Right, and I
Crush it every time.
And if it's close or if somebody is technically looks more, I just go into the impression.
Right.
I start going, yeah,
right. It's a lock.
Yeah, it's a lock. It's done.
Was there a cash prize?
2 tickets to a future show at the Wellmont Theater, which is
All right.
not bad. That's
Yeah.
not especially if I can choose the show.
Sure.
That's like $100
Definitely.
above value.
Go see Louis Black or something?
So it was like the job, getting offers for gigs now.
Right.
It was like the job where it was like, oh, on the same night I have a show. The one night this week I have a show is also at the exact, it's not even like 6 o'clock and I'll run to the show. 8 o'clock, 12 miles apart, 8 miles apart, whatever. Yeah. So I would have won that, but the show went great, but I unveiled my Stone Cold Steve Autism character, which crushed. I just said, I like trains, and if you think you're going to get eye contact from me, you got another thing coming. Thank you. My friends in college, when I was jacked and I was doing these impressions, because all we did was watch Raw, and the Attitude Era WWE, I was thinking, I was like, what if I just got a little bigger? I would have still been like lean for the WWE. But amazing, 6'7", 250. It's like, he's one of our skinny guys.
Yes.
But the Mimic, I was like, Mimic.
There was a guy, do you remember Jay Lethal?
No.
The dude, he was in TNA, which was trying to get,
right.
Like that was like an offshoot of the basically all the Attitude Era guys and Flair and Cornette or whatever went off and did TNA in like the early, I think it was the early 2010s.
Oh, okay.
So there's a dude named Jay Lethal that was his gimmick. He did, there's this like, you never saw the Flair off that he did?
Oh, was he a black dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that clip.
Yeah.
But that would have been like 6'7", 250. They would have pumped me up with roids. I would have been like 285.
Yeah, right.
Just let's be honest. But if I'm going out there legitimately doing like, SNL level impersonations of people, if they teach me the wrestling and then I lose to most people or I win by like a dirty trick.
Right. You're a job guy, but you do.
But people enjoy it. Like get some t-shirts. Oh, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be dying of like kidney failure now at 46, but it would have been, is what I have ahead of me so much better than what being a hilarious WWE superstar would have been?
You could have had a 3.5 year glory run.
Timberland play it on a loop for 4 years instead of for a summer. So anyway, gigs, everybody. And that was an old joke I used to tell people. I had a guy I went to high school with. He was a year older, but Indian kid. His name was Divesh, and his nickname was Gigs. Never understood why, but a lot of Indian, like they'll have the name will be this, and then it's like, you can call me Bill. They just pick like an Americanized
Chinese
name.
too, usually.
Yeah, but Gigs is not like an it's just that was his nickname. Mm-hmm. So I would sometimes say on my podcast pre-mic, I'd go, I got some gigs, or as I like to call them, diveshes this week.
It's a real callback.
It's a real, well, you know what? There's a few diehards out there who'll appreciate that. But Jersey City, August 21st. Yeah, we're still doing gigs. October 22nd, where are my Philadelphia people at? I got to pack this room. They won't have me back if we don't crush it on this one. I had a respectable summer showing, but now they're giving me a fall Wednesday. So October 22nd at the Punchline in Philly. The ticket link is on my website. And then ticket links coming soon for DC, October 4th. There'll be 2 shows on a Saturday. Just got confirmation of that. And going to Charlotte, December 28th. And guess what I'm doing on the 29th, Mike? Taking the bus to Raleigh to see the Rangers versus the Hurricanes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
The bus?
Well, it's like 2 hours from Charlotte to Raleigh.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'll be in Charlotte for the gig on the 28th, and then I'm just going to leave the next morning and go watch the Rangers probably get demolished. And I'll be like, this was worth $400 to $500 of total spending.
They're rebuilding.
Yeah, they're not rebuilding, but they're in the worst of both worlds. They're like, we still have a chance, but we don't. Yeah. So we're just going to... They're Knicks. They're Allen Houston Knicks right now.
That's a pretty good comparison.
Minus the random finals appearance. It's like that. We're like, we're afraid to be bad.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid, I just got on board. I don't want them to be bad at all. I just want them to be relevant. Yeah. I'm still in that phase where, I'm in a new relationship with the Rangers. So I'm ignoring the racist things I see and the
and the sexual assault.
Sure, I caught her jerking off cops a few times, but I still like the Rangers. I think we can, and I'm still in the just like being around you, even if they're not winning the Stanley Cup. Yeah. That will fade, but right now it's still just like, I like going to the games.
Yeah.
It's fun. I just want them to mean something.
It's very fun, yeah.
Yeah. And get ready with a double season, with a half season up from a quarter season this year.
Wow.
That's right.
I might get to 2 games this year.
You might get to go to one with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Take that, Matt. So those are the gigs, and I'd love for my fans to show up big time for these gigs, because we don't know this for a lot of reasons. Forget the JL mopiness. This could be a farewell tour for real. Like, I'm also trying to line up some Toronto dates, and among that, I will film my 9th stand-up hour, and I'm going to call it Infamous. And I'm not going to explain that. 2 separate words, Infamous, but that's what it's going to be called. I already know that, but I wanted to talk about, I already mentioned my horrible stomach trouble Saturday, so that's checked off the list. Have you seen this viral video of the guy who invented like a dance to the Law and Order theme song? Are you ever on TikTok?
No, it's been the great thing about not having socials. I miss all of this stuff.
Yeah, no, and then I'll keep this very brief before we get to the main topic today, which is a big New Jersey election endorsement, Mike.
Great.
You'll never guess who I'm going to endorse.
Spitzer?
In the election. Well, if I ever were elected to office, I would form a black team. What do they call it? Like the Black Ops.
Yeah.
Black Ops of Spitzer, Wiener, Cuomo, and Franken.
Yeah.
That's
McGreevy? Not scandalous enough.
You know why not scandalous enough with Jim McGreevy? He didn't own it.
Yeah.
He didn't own the corruption. He did a brilliant move. You can only play it once, but it was like, sir, you're incredibly corrupt. They want you out of the office. What do you have to say for yourself? You're not going to like this wife standing by my side. I like cock. I'm gay. Been gay. Totally gay. It's like, corruption? Yeah. Who gives a shit? He's gay?
Yeah.
Then
went on to teach ethics at my alma mater, Cauvin University.
Excellent.
The irony.
And I don't mean to be, I hope people understand my language first for humor purposes. I feel like now I have to like check people. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you listen to me for years and it's like, I did not like where you went with that jail.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know me? You don't have enough evidence of my character? Okay. But yeah, he played the gay card, which is you break that up. It's it. You get that once, but you save that for when you've done something like horrible. So like being a corrupt governor, that's a great time to play it. But it's just this theme song from Law and Order that this guy and like his friends did like a dance to. And then I'm watching, I didn't know who did it originally until I found it. And I was like, oh, okay. Now then Mariska Hargitay did the dance on Hurricane on NBC.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. And the guy reshared it on TikTok because that's like an homage. You did it to Law and Order. That's not a copycat trying to like be you or get followers. That's somebody seeing what you're doing and be like, this is fun. I'll do that. And I'm sure he loved it. Like if I liked Donald Trump, it wouldn't be as big a problem. But like if he retweeted my impression and I liked Trump, I wouldn't be like, look at him trying to glom off my success. I'd be like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to blow up my spot even more.
Yeah.
But watching so many people do it, I was drawn again to the, you could raise the issues of like, yes, another black creator creating a dance. And then one day we'll just see Addison Rae doing it for 300 million people and go, wow, she's so talented. But it's this week's reminder of TikTok and the mentality it has bred. Excuse me. Where I'm like, why don't you just share this guy's video? Like, share it. He did something funny and original. Share it. Say what you want about Twitter, but at least if you like something, you share it. That person gets the credit and you are indicating you like their work. But TikTok has changed people's mentality.
No, this isn't anybody's work. Like we've talked about this before. Nobody it's not like painting the Mona Lisa anymore.
Oh, no. I get, but like he did come up with an original choreography. Sure. So, and I don't know if this guy isn't a pro dancer. You know what I mean? That it is kind of his work. And this was like a lighthearted application of what he does.
Yeah.
But, and regardless, it's like, I don't understand anymore. And Frank Caliendo and his co-host said this in 2020 when I was on their podcast. They were like, yeah, they said this back then. They were like, TikTok, the whole paradigm is about copying. Yes. It's not about sharing. It's about, it's like somebody does something good. How can I get some of that?
Yeah.
And I think it speaks, it's a great app for our time. I think we're killing art. Originality is lame. Selling out doesn't exist anymore. You know, all these sort of virtues in the creative space are done. They're dead.
Yeah.
And it was like this week's example of like, I'm trying to find out who is this originally. I see videos where I'm watching 6 different people do the same joke. And I'm like, I don't even know who did it originally. And I guess I'm an old fuddy-duddy where I'm like, I'd like to give credit and share the original, but I guess maybe I should just do my own.
Yeah.
Disgusting. So on that positive note about culture, we'll be back with my big endorsement announcement for the New Jersey gubernatorial race after this break. And we're back. Mike, how was that break?
Oh, that break was really good. I had to pick Frankie up and drag him across the room. He hates when I do that.
Frankie, I think I can say, is a big fan of mine.
Yeah,
he seems to be, maybe there's a little cookie smell on me, but, I would like them to meet at some point.
Yeah.
That would be, because Cookie is like 20% or something Beagle.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, guys, you didn't come here to listen to us talk dogs, as pleasant as that might be. Breaking news, Mike. I am prepared to make my endorsement in the New Jersey gubernatorial race. Now, for people who aren't following New Jersey politics, I'm sorry if this is too local for you, but I think it's an important election in terms of where our nation is headed and where our nation is now. It's only one of 2 gubernatorial races. The other one is in Virginia, which seems more of a lock for the Democrat Abigail Spanberger. But this one is between Mikey Sherrill, a fellow Georgetown University Law Center graduate. It's weird to think I graduated 3 years before she did, but she was flying helicopters in the Navy, and I was riding the bench at Williams College, before law school. So we were both going through our trials and tribulations. But she's going up against Jack Ciattarelli, a very, I'd call him a silver fox and a 2-time loser for the governor's mansion in New Jersey. So he's going for his three-peat. He's trying to become the Buffalo Bills of New Jersey politics, but he's got one ace up his sleeve. Mikey Sherrill's a woman, Mike.
Okay. So she should lose automatically.
No, but it's a real equalizer in America.
Yeah,
it seems. And I know Mikey Sherrill would not endorse what I'm saying, but I'm not asking for her to endorse it. I'm here to speak truth.
Truth to power.
Truth to power, and to speak plainly to the people.
Of course.
Mikey Sherrill, for those of you who don't know, I've been to one fundraiser for her, and I'm just going to put it out there, I've given 4 digits to the campaign. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. It's what I do. I give to charity. I give to political campaigns. And do you want to know what I got Laura for her birthday?
Why don't you just tell me?
Well, this is a test. I made a joke to Laura, and I know she's forgotten it because she purges all my humor from her head as quickly as possible.
Right.
I said, I'm going to tell your gift on the show.
Okay.
And if you continue to not support my comedy, it won't be spoiled.
Right.
So it's a real dilemma.
Yeah.
Like, if you find out, it means you're supporting me.
Right.
If you don't find out, when you're surprised on your birthday, I can go, wow, huh. Yeah. Interesting. But the main gift, and I had to buy resale tickets, is a woman that I've said to you repeatedly that I wanted to see in concert.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
A woman that you wanted to see repeatedly.
And you have seen this woman in concert. During our first iteration, you spoke of her.
Highly?
Yeah, very highly.
Was it Gaga?
Her. Yes.
Okay, got
The resale, let me put it to you this way. The resale price for the bar stool seats where we'll be sitting, which is a place we've sat before for a concert.
Yes.
You too, in fact, in 2018. Amazing show, Mike. You should have been there. God, I love U2. And there's something about you hating U2 that a little bit makes me like them even more. It's like, I don't need anybody to hate U2. I love their music. Yeah. That concert blew me away, how good it was. And I was like, these guys are in their like early 60s at the time. And they like, all I kept thinking was, how good was the Joshua Tree tour? Yeah. Like 1988. Yeah. Jesus. But these tickets up there, same price as my non-resale floor seats for Madonna. Yeah. So Gaga is a pricey ticket. Yeah. So that's what we're doing for, and I got her another little gift that she'll get on the, but that's what we're doing for the birthday. And it's like 2 weeks after her birthday, so it's good. There's not like here are the tickets. We're gonna see her in October 2026.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. But why did I bring that up? I was talking about money I'm spending. But I'm a big wig in the political space, Mike. That's really my point in mentioning how much I give. But I also think it's very important. It's not a presidential election, but I gave partly out of wanting to show my support and partly out of fear at what it could possibly say about my adopted state and the state of America. If resume time, Congresswoman, former Navy helicopter pilot, former assistant U.S. attorney, and mom of 4.
The most important job.
Versus slick talking Jack, 2-time loser for the governor's race. Silver Fox, though, has a charm, has a career. You feel a little bit of the charisma. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
If you reverse these, and the Democrats are running a 2-time loser, and the Republicans are running a moderate, armed forces veteran, former assistant U.S. attorney, father of 4, blowout. Like historic blowout for the Democrats if it was like reversed. Yeah. So I'm nervous, to be honest, but I am officially endorsing Mikey Sherrill as if there was any doubt. But it was solidified when I looked at Jack Schiaparelli's website. I think he has Blacks for Jack merch. And yeah, that's idea for all the casino fans, I guess.
Yeah, right. All the gambling junkies.
All the card game fans, table games. That's what that's about. It's a pun. Yeah. And he's also selling Save Columbus Day T-shirts.
Well, on his website. Now we're talking my language.
I'm sorry. It's 2025. If you think Columbus Day matters, and I'm sorry, I don't mean this, I'm not ignoring whatever new cultural association or affiliation it has. Yeah, I do think it's very funny when there's protests in New York over Mamdani because of a 2020 photo of him giving the finger to a Columbus statue. Yeah, and this is against our heritage. It's like, do you really think he hates Italians, or does he hate the guy from 700 years ago? Oh, you don't know? I don't know. Okay, fair enough, Mike. I'm sure I got a couple comments, people taking you way too seriously in the comments. But to me, it's a very frightening thought that the election right now is 8 points, I think. In a reputable poll, it was 8 points for Sherrill. Yeah. And it was very close in 2021. Phil Murphy won by only like 4 points over Schiaparelli. So I think that's why they felt all the momentum in Jersey was towards simpletons and bigots. Yeah. They were like, there's a real wave happening of people who are morons. Yeah. I think we can ride that. I don't think we've peaked the stupidity wave yet. Yeah. I think we got one more bump coming in 2025. Hey. So the fact that Trump, and it's only just begun, to quote the romantic song. Yeah. We're at the tip of the Trump fuck up. Yeah. That I've been honestly yearning for. Mm-hmm. Not because I think I want people to suffer, Not because I think it will. I don't care for people, that I don't care for myself and my retirement accounts, whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's clear that America needs to learn a lesson the hard way. The man is completely morally, intellectually, psychologically, experientially unfit for the job of president. And he somehow doubled down on that after January 6th. And he got 4 years older. And now he's a blubbering, hateful mess. I've described him, he's a racist melting candle. And this is where I differ from what other people would say. Now, if Mikey Sherrill, God forbid, were to lose this election, she's viewed as kind of a pragmatic, not really a centrist, but a practical, pragmatic Democrat. But not like a Joe Manchin, but just like a run-of-the-mill, but not too radical Democrat. This is where people would say, this is what happens when you don't run a super progressive, man. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we elect a dude who loves Trump. That's the lesson. If only we'd elected somebody more off-putting to centrists, we would have won instead of the Trump guy. This is a tailor-made election unless sexism is that powerful.
Right.
Because it's hard to believe that people won't see, hey, Trump's fucking everything up. Do we really want a guy who's like, double down on that?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But if that were to happen, I think we'd have to sadly come to grips with the fact that misogyny is like woven deeply into the fabric of American life. And I know people are going, we know that already, Jail. It is.
We can finally come to grips with it.
It is. But I mean the thickness of like how integrate and every year we get Hillary Clinton. Well, no, she wasn't likable.
Yeah.
It's not women, it's just that woman. Then it's Kamala Harris. Like, if you want to argue, I wouldn't call her the polar opposite of Hillary, but a more lighthearted, maybe not as bookish and as like policy wonky as Hillary Clinton. A different personality, a nice looking woman, black woman, representing a different state, almost a different generation a little bit. No, not her either. Not her either. So then you got Mikey Sherrill, who's kind of like, I'm younger. I'm really smart. I have a great resume. And Jack Ciattarelli thinks Trump is great. If she were to lose, all on the voters, all on this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, we should have done this. Right, if we'd elected Ras Baraka, who I liked, the mayor of Newark. I thought he ran a really great urban-centered campaign. And when I say urban, I don't mean black. I mean literally like he's a big city mayor who was speaking a lot more of my language in some of his policies. Like, I'm not a suburban home-owning person. I like cheaper transit, rent freezes, like things like that appeal to me because that's my life. But if Jersey's going to pick Jack Ciattarelli over Mikey Sherrill, which I hope and don't think they will, but it seems like 8 percentage points is like it's too close for my liking, considering what should be a rout. I look at that and go, I don't think the more left black guy from Newark would have turned the tide for the people who chose Jack Ciattarelli. So I am nervous, though, and I've heard mentioned also an enthusiasm gap. I think the enthusiasm gap has become kind of a code, I think. Not by people who necessarily say it, but like that's cover for, I don't want a woman. But you say it's like, I'm not that like, who is the woman really? Let's be real. Who is the woman in politics right now or in pop culture other than Taylor Swift? And I have to be honest, there'd be plenty of people not enthusiastic about Taylor Swift as a political candidate.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying even if she was running as a Democrat and it was like all these young people were going to her events and things, like, yeah, they're enthusiastic. My mom is sitting at home going, what the fuck is she going to do?
Right.
No, and not like anything against her, but there'd be plenty of people who they might not be enthusiastic, like, let's get out in the streets and wear merch, but they're enthusiastic in terms of like, I'm a diehard Democrat. And like Taylor, that's what we did. We did Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So who is the woman, I would ask people, if it's not misogyny, who is that woman? out there in the political sphere. And one could say Michelle Obama, I guess, that there'd be, but I don't actually think that's true. The people who complain about not being enthusiastic tend to be on the more progressive side. I don't think they'd be fired up. They've purged kind of Obama as now a charismatic, too cautious president. Do you know what I mean? So I think that brand no longer has the luster that it did, especially for the people who complain about, Bernie, AOC. Is it AOC? Is that you don't right exactly because they'd lose the other part of the party.
New York Post or the front of the New York Post would always
Now Mamdani does seem to have real enthusiasm, and I really hope he wins. Hey, we got a Frankie interruption.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. But I think the enthusiasm question sometimes seems to come down to sexism. And it's like a code. It feels almost coded now. It's like our excuse as a society for why people aren't supporting a woman,
Yeah.
And I didn't meet her, but I was at a function with Mikey Sherrill, and I was struck and it was in Montclair, New Jersey, which is a little pricier. And these are all people who were given at least $500 a pop to be at the fundraiser. So, but you got to see her, you got to hear her speak and give her a pitch and answer some questions. And I kept thinking the same kind of thing I would think about somebody like Hillary Clinton, where I'd be like, I'm 46 years old. The president, it's a job. And I recognize that charisma and all these other things are important to the broader population. But for me personally, not to make myself sound better than everybody else, but I just watched her and I was like, oh, this is a woman who's completely on top of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be her resume, just hearing her. And she would make these points and reference things. And she didn't, and now this might be her shtick while speaking in front of a fundraiser, knowing these are people who don't need to be walked with buzz phrases and catchphrases and buzzwords to be like, and that's why we're not gonna stop the fight. And people go, but I wish we could have, she spoke with such clarity and competency and facility with facts and laws and things that I said, there it is. There it is. I've seen it up close. I felt like, in The Dark Knight when Bruce Wayne is talking about Harvey Dent, nice slogan, Harvey. But then I watched Harvey. you know what
Bale
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was having my Christian Bale moment where I was saying, let's give it up for Mikey Sherrill. But it was one of those moments where I go, done. It's a wrap. She's not selling Columbus Day t-shirts and going MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Like, this is a fully formed, thoughtful, intelligent, experienced person. If you gave me the other side, somebody of equal weight, and now it's policy choice and things, once again, our two presidential races with women at the top of the ticket, on paper, were routes. And they both lost.
Yeah.
And with Mikey Sherrill, I think she's going to win. I really hope she's going to win. But it struck me in that moment listening to her. Yeah, this is somebody who's just, and it shouldn't be a shock, but this is somebody who's really on the ball and really knows her shit and is smart and has everything at her disposal. And if Jack Ciattarelli were to win this race, it's such a gross. It's another kick in the crotch to women. Sorry to be vulgar, but and to anybody who's just like, really, do I have to go back to New York now? I'll be part of the wave, I'll be like, I moved back for Mamdani. What? Let's get this guy on Gutfeld and see what this is all about. So you moved back to Mamdani. Are you a fan of 9/11? Yeah, the size of a twin tower. Tyrus would like to knock you down a peg. You're even taller than Kat Timpf in her 9-inch stripper heels. Now here's a comic who's sold out and is completely right-wing because it's paying the bills. Gutfeld! Exclamation mark. But I just think, I'm with Mikey Sherrill all the way. And I really, I am more nervous about what this law says. The way Trump's laws, what? I know. Oh, I know. Folks, I thought I'd be the rusty one, but apparently Mikey Coscarelli doesn't trust me.
I was just waiting for...
I trust Mikey Sherrill, but Mikey C doesn't trust me. How about that? Anyway, guys, I was in the middle of my thought, but I just think it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think it speaks really. I was nervous when Trump ran against Harris because I was like, it's not just Trump winning now. It's what the hell does this say about our country if he wins? The first election was like, what if Trump wins? The second one was like, what the fuck are we if he wins? I was more concerned about where the country's. And I will feel the same way in the state. Is Schitterelli as bad as Trump? No, but he's running on basically the, hey, I'm the handsome silver fox Italian that you know and love. I just happen to love MAGA. And, you think of things like the SALT deduction that like hammered New Jersey property taxes because they couldn't deduct above $10,000. Doesn't affect me, but I'm like, these are all the people who will vote for him will be like, yeah, I like Trump. Democrats raised my taxes. Well, they didn't. That was Trump. Trump actually specifically went out of his way to hurt you. He wanted to fuck over blue states, and he didn't care the collateral damage. You were like the starving Gazan children to Trump's political Netanyahu. He was like, I don't care. I have to hurt the Democrats. I don't care how many of my stupid supporters get hurt and have to pay higher taxes. Okay? That's basically, and they'll still support him. It's like, that was him. Yeah. He did that to you, not Democrats. Democrats wanted to keep it where it was.
Yeah.
And they'll still be like, taxes go too high. Well, that was your guy. And now Schitterelli's like, whatever Trump says, I'm down with it. So I endorse Mikey Sherrill. Not a big shock, but for our country, for the state of New Jersey, for our country, I really hope she wins so I don't have to abandon all hope of sanity and decency in this country. Not that Schitterelli is like indecent, despite the Blacks for Jack merch, but, how can you back a MAGA guy right now? It's insane. So I'm going to actually take a bathroom break before, I guess we can, if it's okay, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. And then we'll come back with comedy talk.
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
See you guys.
And now, we bring on somebody very special to the Rain on the Parade podcast to talk about whatever he likes. Un uomo che non sa né leggere né scrive. Vincenzo Agenzero, a.k.a. Vinny the...
What's up, Mikey?
Hi, Vinny.
Oh, I don't see you for how much time. It's been like years. I don't see you. It gives me the... I'm in Manhattan now, walking to my dog park. I don't even act like I know Vinny. I heard the big Fanuc.
Yeah.
I think he's still got the stomach problems.
Yeah.
He was, I endorse Mikey Sherrill because I'm a beta. I'm a big beta. I'm endorsing Jack Schitterelli, okay? Because we need an Italian in the governor's office. And let me ask you a question. Nobody's ever made this point. I don't know, maybe we're too politically correct now. But okay, let's say, we got a lady governor. Okay, let's say I'm being woke and progressive. Okay, lady, you be the governorette. Whatever they call it when it's a woman governor. Governatress. Whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I got my period. I'm in the bad mood. I can't go to work today. I get cramps. What are we going to do if the Russians or the Chinese bomb us in Jersey and Governor Lady is in the bathroom?
They're going to bomb Jersey?
When they find out we got Mikey, we got Lady Governor, they're going to, I'll tell you, my Nona, she could have been a lady governor. The Russians in the 80s, if they had tried to bomb Jersey, she would have hit Gorbachev right on the head on his big birthmark. He would have bop! And he would have gone running off back to Russia. We didn't even need Reagan. No, I don't mean this disrespect. We love Reagan, but we could. Nona would have bopped them. Did you see Nona's on Netflix, by the way?
No.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was authentic enough.
Okay.
Anybody with a real Nona knows that should have been R for language and slurs.
Okay.
Okay. And now we got Mandani. You going for Mayor Allah or shopping cart in New York?
What did you call him? Mayor shopping cart?
Allah or shopping cart.
Why?
You know, because he's a Muslim, but also he wants to do the free grocery stores.
Oh, okay. I see.
Look at me making the jokes that Mikey missed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have a podcast, Vinny.
Well, maybe I will. Maybe Jack Chitarelli can be and by the way, I got my Blacks for Jack T-shirt.
Of course, yeah.
Because the guy who, works for me, so I get him something nice.
Yeah.
So he can wear a Blacks for Jack or he gets fired. But the point is, Mike, a lady governor in Jersey, we had one, I think, Christine Todd Whitman, and I think people just thought she was Todd Whitman. They voted by accident. They I got Todd. Todd's cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we got fooled. It was like, who's this chick? Who's this Christine?
Yeah.
So I'm endorsing Jack Chitarelli. We got to save Columbus Day. I mean, nobody's talking. Everybody, the economy and the climate. What about Columbus Day? We wouldn't have no climate in America if it wasn't for Columbus. We'd be over in Africa and like in the caves somewhere. If an Italian didn't get, sack up with his big Italian meat.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see any of these other Europeans like, oh, my dick is too small to go across the ocean. The earth might be flat.
Right.
And Columbus said, I can fucking steer the ship with my paddle, bro. And he got us to America. So without him, there's no climate. There's no climate. We got to fix this. So we got to save Columbus Day. We got to save New Jersey. We can't afford a state where the governor is all of a sudden going to miss a day because she's moody. Okay? So I'm with Jack. Save Columbus Day. The other issues can wait because we don't even have a country if we don't save Columbus Day. Let's go, Jack Chitarelli, 2028 or whatever year he's running. Let's go. And we're back. Mike, what happened when I went to the bathroom?
I couldn't keep him out. Frankie. Oh my God. Vinny the. Well, are we not calling him Vinny the Guinea anymore? I know I can, but you can't, right?
I have too much respect for the
Vinny
Italian people.
showed up.
Vinny the Italian?
Yeah, Vinny the Italian showed up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I thought we would have lost him, given
And you know how it is. An Italian cannot leave another Italian outside the door. You have to invite them in. You have to give them a kiss on the cheek.
It's like a vampire.
Yeah, you have to give them a bowl of pasta.
Well, hopefully he didn't say anything too bad about me or Mikey Sherrill.
Well,
okay.
I'll let you find out.
I'm sure he talked about his Nona or whatever the fuck that is. Anyway, Punchdown of the Week is a special one, and I know there's going to be at least one listener who really enjoys this or hates it. But this isn't a joke. I promised Scott Pelley would be back this week, but this one wasn't really a joke. It's more of something I want to address because I read the comments, and most of them don't annoy me. But there is a follower who listens to every episode, but they seem to have made a comment per episode, and it's always negative. It's always some kind of like half gotcha, half like checking me. But it's never like, it's always one where it's like full context, you didn't get me. If you sort of cherry pick, maybe you commented while you were listening. But this person, they know who they are. You can find their comment if you scroll. But regarding last week's episode, when we do get a Democratic majority, they don't give us progressive policies. Democrats fight progressive policies. You literally brought up Zoran, and your liberal pals aren't backing him. Now, that's sort of like conflating various things and is like a series of half-true statements about what I said, like taking out all the context. First thing I said, each word matters. When you have a Democratic president and big Democratic majorities, you get progressive policies. And that's why I think Joe Biden deserves even more credit, because with zero majority in the Senate, he got a huge infrastructure bill, a big jobs bill, big climate bill with no majority. That is a feat that is incredibly impressive. But if you're talking New Deal, Great Society, Obamacare, those are the results. Those are the century of liberal policies and plans. Those are the big three. And all involved huge majorities and a president of the same party that pushed those laws through. In the case of the New Deal, they had to basically suppress rights for black people. They didn't extend it to black people because I'm assuming FDR made the calculation. Well, we need to get out of this depression. And if we can help lots of people, I'm willing to sell out some people. And what's funny about that is that's the same argument that sometimes they try to make about trans people now, like that. We shouldn't be doing that as an issue. The Great Society, Lyndon Johnson fucking swung his big meat around and got like major landmark voting and civil rights legislation. He got Medicare. And that was all big Democrat majorities. And then Obamacare, I believe he had 59 senators, I think. So taking me, like partially quoting me when the word big is kind of central to what I'm saying is bullshit. And I'm bringing this up because I see every week you make one of these kind of comments where it's kind of like, I listened to this, I got this minute, and I think I got a point. There's never, and I'm not looking for compliments, but it starts to be a pattern of like, oh, so you listen every week and then think you've got me. I said Democrats, you say they fight progressive policies. Guess what? If you had 70 fucking Democrats in the Senate, they could fight all they want, and the result would be progressive policies. Would they be the most progressive? No. But instead, you get 50 at best. You get 53 in a good year. And Zoran, and you said then you started interchangeably using Democrat and liberal. I don't think every Democrat is liberal. I think there are plenty of centrist Democrats. And you said, you literally brought up Zoran and your liberal pals aren't backing him. Well, here's another thing, since I'll go back to what I said. If Zoran gets elected, I think that's a good thing. It also doesn't mean that anything he does is going to pass, because I don't think he may not have overwhelming majorities, but maybe he will. And maybe he will pass some of these things. But taking what I said about national politics and needing big Democratic majorities and sort of reducing it to when we get a Democratic majority, we don't get progressive policies. Well, I would say Joe Biden did a masterful job getting some real progressive policies through with 50. He had 50. It was an even split in the Senate. So if I sound annoyed, it's because I am. I want to say I appreciate you listening, but the kind of half-baked attempt at getting me, it's annoying. And you know why it's annoying? I'll share my truth here. Part of it's annoying because, no, listen to what I said fully. But then there's the part of, I envision you going, got him again. No, you fucking didn't. So that was the punchdown of the week for this week. A little more serious. So how much time do we have, Mike?
4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Bam, bam, bam. I got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Bam, bam, bam. I got the boom, 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 boom.
I'll catch him for 3, but I'll kill him.
I'll kill the show for 4. Okay, quick review. Because Mike's got to go to wrestling. I got to go pick up my big David Byrne suit from Joseph A. Bank and get home for a healthy dinner before I pass out and start this nightmare of life again tomorrow. I watched Gary Owen, who I've been a big fan of. He was the first comic I ever opened for. DC Improv. I won a contest when I was in law school. Got a paid week to MC for Gary Owen. That was crying out loud 21 years ago. 21 years ago now. First week of August. No joke. I had just taken the bar exam and was opening for Gary Owen at the DC Improv. So I've been a big fan for him for many years. He is a certified killer in terms of just dominating clubs, sells out everywhere he goes. And a lot of people simply kind of portray him as like, oh, he's that white guy who thinks he's black. It's like, no, he's the white country dude who black people love. Now, I don't mean country like Larry the Cable Guy. He is, like he is a fan of black culture. He is immersed in it. He never tries to be it. And that's why they have so much respect and love for him and fill up his fucking audiences. And he even made the point in the special that it's like, on the internet, things go wrong. In the club, nobody gets mad at me. But Twitter detectives will see 30 seconds and go, oh, Gary Owens ain't shit. Anyway, the special was called No S because people are, I see it all the time on Twitter. They call him Gary Owens. They're always like, Gary Owens is the best. He goes, just Owen. But this is a special that I think, and I'd say what bothers me about it a little bit, there were some very funny things, and I'll give you one example is that he has a very like mediocre trans joke that almost felt like, are you required to do a trans joke for your crowd, for the time we're living in? Do you just have to do one? But then he had a really great one later in the show. He was talking about Undercover Boss. And like the person was like, the boss was like, now you can get your child the like trans surgery they want. I know some people might say this is offensive. It was funny, but the first one he did, if it was just there to set up this later joke, I get it. But it was like such a run of the mill. Oh, great. Another comic who's like, and I don't like this. And it's like, great. But then the later joke was great, but it did feel, I liked it. I enjoyed it overall. It's on YouTube, so it's free. I enjoyed it overall, but I also thought to myself, I hope Gary Owen isn't falling prey to I got to pump something out every 10 months to feed the algorithm. This is a guy who sells out clubs. He's making bank everywhere he goes because it had the feeling of like, okay, I don't know you had to put this out. I laughed at plenty of it, but I don't know that it was great. I'm keeping this a short review. Most of you probably won't check it out, but I know some people who listen do like Gary Owen and have seen plenty of his stuff. So if you are a fan, I'd be curious about your opinion on it. Or if you want to post a 3-paragraph gotcha of like why I shouldn't like Gary Owen and how I totally failed in this episode, you can do that too. It's a free country. I'm not closing off the comments. But that's it. Mike's got to go to wrestling. I got to go pick up a suit. Vote Mikey Sherrill if you're in New Jersey, for crying out loud. Let's not be a small embarrassment in what is already a gigantic national embarrassment under Trump. And blah, 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 gigs, Patreon. I will see you next Thursday.